One of the injuries very close to his spine. So it's a very unfortunate incident that an unidentified person could breach the security and enter their house. They live on the top floor of the building in Bandra West, and it is a very secured building. And I'm saying this because I have been inside their house to meet Karina, and you have to go through different security levels to enter their building. So something like this is extremely scary, and also this is a huge security concern for actors and who put their life out on social media, and just not them, even the paparazzi who are constantly putting out their whereabouts. This is questioning that for sure.
Right, Abira, from what we are really hearing from what the Mumbai police has gone on to say is that this intruder entered the residence, was arguing with the maid, and that is when Saif Ali Khan tried to pacify the man, but in the process he got injured. That is what we're hearing is, the police are investigating the matter, of course, but he got attacked and injured in that scuffle while he was trying to pacify this intruder who entered his residence and started to argue with the maid.
Yes. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Abira.
Yeah, so yes, that's what the police is saying, but we have to wait and watch what was his relationship with the maid. How did he make it on top of the building? If he did make it to the top of the building, I'm sure that he was allowed inside. So there are a lot of questions that will arise after this. These are all right now just half information that we are getting till we don't get the full information from the police, as in what was the relationship with the maid that this person, unidentified person, had, that he could make his way up on top of the building to his residence and have an argument with him. Was what kind of relationship he did share with the family. So all those questioning is happening, and they're still trying to find the person in question. So we have to wait and watch for the police to update us on that.
Right, Abira, of course, it does seem like an inside job for the person to have, managed to get access. How did he really enter the residence, given the fact that it's quite fortified from the pictures we see on social media?
Absolutely. It is not possible for a person, like I said before also, that there's a high security. You need to take permission from the family before they allow anybody to come even upstairs. So, of course, there has to be some kind of relationship there, that this person was allowed access to go upstairs and meet the maid, or have a conversation with the maid or Saif Ali Khan. So there has to be some deeper motive or story behind this, and we still don't know about that, so we have to wait for that.
Behind this, but we're also being given to understand by way of Mumbai police sources, they will obviously be gathering all the evidence, but CCTV is going to be very crucial here, won't it? Because this is a high secure building. As you said, you can't just enter his residence, so CCTVs are all over, installed all over this building. So that is going to be very crucial for Mumbai police to figure who the perpetrator could be. So give us a sense of some of the angles that will be looked into by the Bandra police.
Yes, like I said, there is from the moment you approach the gate, there is security cameras. So there will be security cameras everywhere, which will help the police to, find out who this person was. And if the person has entered from the gate and gone up and having a conversation with the maid, then he must have registered his name, his access card, who is he, everything details would have been taken. So I'm sure the police have been already trying to look for this person, and I don't think it will take much time for them to figure out who this person was and get him arrested. So we have to wait and watch what happens.
Right, of course, footage of the man will be recovered from the CCTV cameras. Of course, there must be a lot of CCTV cameras around that building and even inside. So we will keep tracking the story. Abira, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. And for the benefit of our viewers, Saif Ali Khan has been injured in an incident that took place within the confines of his own home in Bandra. An intruder has injured the actor. He's been rushed to the Lilavati hospital late last night. Early this morning at about 3:30 is when the surgery began at the Lilavati hospital. We don't know if the surgery has been completed. We will keep getting you details of what really happened at the residence of the actor.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Edge 50 Pro, world's first AI-powered pro-grade camera.
Download any single ID partner app, link your card and earn reward with top brand.
Get it free with single ID.
Mahakumbh, a festival of faith, the world's biggest spiritual festival, the divine dip at the spiritual Sangam, a sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025.
Kind attention, please. Delhi Election Metro 2025 is arriving on People's Platform.
Please mind the gap.
BJP or AAP, who will get to the Delhi Secretariat station?
दरवाजे बाईं तरफ खुलेंगे.
Who will Delhi voters open the victory doors for? And who will be shown the door? Can the BJP throw AAP's victory run off track? Or will it be Kejriwal's ticket to win again? Can Congress take the election metro to revival? We will track it all for you.
Welcome back. Let's get you the latest as far as BRS Working President KTR is concerned, who will now again be appearing before the Enforcement Directorate for questioning in the Formula E race case. That is coming up today. This is the second time that he's being questioned and grilled in the case. Do remember that he was grilled for over 7 hours by the ACB, the Anti-Corruption Bureau, in the same case based on an FIR. This is an FIR that was filed for the transfer about 55 crore rupees in violation of the norms. My colleague Umar joining us on the phone line to get us more on this. Umar, get us details of, the last time he was questioned for over 7 hours and of course, then let off. But today is going to be the second round of questioning. What can we expect today?
The first round of questioning was by the Anti-Corruption Bureau, which had in fact filed the FIR in this case first on the December 19, and they had charged him with misappropriation, criminal breach of trust, and unauthorized transfer of funds. And A2, of course, in this case was a Special Chief Secretary, Mr. Arvind Kumar, and also a retired official, BLN Reddy, who belonged to the HMDA. Now, today the questioning is going to be done by the Enforcement Directorate, which had filed a case soon after the ACB case, and it was based on the ACB case. The Enforcement Directorate had in fact said that they are looking into allegations of huge amounts of money being transferred unauthorizedly without the RBI permissions, and the 55 crore rupees that we are talking about, a huge chunk of it was in fact to the Formula E organizers from the HMDA, and they said that the FEMA regulations may also not have been followed, and more importantly, they were also looking into provisions of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Already, A2 in this case, Arvind Kumar and BLN Reddy have already appeared before the Enforcement Directorate, and therefore it is likely that other than the allegations that are put up in the FIR, they are going to be also talking about, in this case, the statements that were given by both Arvind Kumar as well as BLN Reddy, the ECIR, the Enforcement Directorate's own information report that it had, of course, had mentioned these allegations of transfer and that they could invite provisions or rather attract provisions of the PMLA or AFMA.
Right, 10:30 is when he's been asked to appear before the officials of the ED. Who else is going to be questioned in regard to the Formula E case?
So in the Formula E case, these are the three people who have been mentioned as accused, and therefore it is these three people who are right now being summoned and questioned. Earlier we saw the principal secretary of the MAUD now, who is in fact the complainant in the case, Mr. Danakishore. His statements were recorded by the enforcement, by the ACB as well as the Enforcement Directorate. So in this particular case, what would be interesting to watch is, after he had appeared before the ACB and faced about 7 hours of questioning, Mr. K.T. Ramarao had come out and claimed that, of course, there's no basis to what the questions were being asked, and that he had been asked about 80 to 84 questions, and he had repeated what he had been saying in the public domain as well, and that the investigators had nothing to go by. But subsequently, when he came out and his supporters were raising slogans, and it was almost like a motorcade, a rally that was taken out, almost looked like a victory celebration, and at that time the police subsequently have booked cases against him, also his party leaders, under provisions of 1, disrupting the traffic, 2, causing a public nuisance, and 3, not allowing police officials to fulfill their own duties on the ground. So whether he chooses to take that kind of a stance now, or whether he will go quietly and not allow any kind of this kind of a commotion that will attract more FIRs against him, that is something that you would need to watch today.
Right, Uma, of course, the first time around when he did reach the ACB office, he, left because his legal team wasn't allowed. The second time that he went in for questioning, his, lawyer was allowed, but not inside the room where he was being questioned. He could watch him from the outside, from the library room. What about this time around? Is he also going to be taking his legal representative with him?
The Enforcement Directorate is going to be questioning him alone. That means he will be alone with the investigators when the questions are posed to him. The last time round, he had gone to the Anti-Corruption Bureau office outside, and like you mentioned, he returned from there because his legal team was not allowed inside. At that time, his argument was that he does not trust the state government, and that they had fabricated statements against his own party colleagues who had faced similar police questioning. And therefore, he said, since I do not trust the state government machinery, I need a legal team to protect my own constitutional rights. In this case, you would recall that it is the Enforcement Directorate we are talking about, a central agency, and Mr. KTR has not raised any such fears. He was allowed the legal team after he went to court and sought that kind of a protection from the court, and the court had granted him. But in this case, it is now not the state government, but the central government agency which is going to be questioning him today.
Right. Thank you so much, Uma. All eyes on KTR there, making an appearance with the officials of the ED in regard to the Formula E case. Do remember the Supreme Court yesterday had rejected his plea in regard to the case, accusing him of corruption, criminal breach of trust, and the conspiracy causing loss to public exchequer to conduct that race. Even at Hyderabad, he has gone on to claim that this was a ploy to wreak vengeance against his voice of dissent. And let's just get you the very latest from the Mahakumbh, and this is in line with the government's vision to transform this year's Mahakumbh into a digital Kumbh. A virtual reality VR zone has been set up at the camp since yesterday on Wednesday, which basically means visitors can virtually explore ancient rituals or significant events, offering an engaging and educational experience using 3D and VFX technology. Also, electric poles have become an essential tool in reuniting lost individuals with their families and guiding pilgrims at the Mahakumbh Mela. Here, due to that innovative use of QR codes, this is a very unique initiative. Now, due to those QR codes that have been displayed on 50,000 electric poles throughout the Mela area, these codes can be scanned using mobile phones to pinpoint one's geographical location in the area. So, of course, one does know that one can tend to get lost, and this is something in order to, provide that provision as far as the pilgrims are concerned. So, a lot of technology that's being used at the Mahakumbh. And let's just also get you the very latest. It's ISKCON, which has been providing 10,000 meals every day for the Mahakumbh in Prayagraj. Now, they have partnered with the Adani Group that is allowing them not just to serve those 10,000 meals that they were providing every day, but now they're getting to provide unlimited meals thanks to their partnership. So the Mahaprasad Seva, which will be offered for the entire duration that started basically the Mahakumbh on the 13th, just 3 days ago, will continue till the 26th of February. This Mahaprasad Seva will be offered to 50 lakh devotees. The meals will be prepared in 2 kitchens in and outside the Mela area, and they will be distributed at 40 places, and 2,500 volunteers who will are involved in this initiative. My colleague Saurabh has the details.
When you have a Mela, a congregation on the scale of the Kumbh Mela, there are thousands of devotees who gather here for the Amrit Snan and on other days as well to take a dip. Now, how are you going to feed all of them? How are you going to keep all of them well fed throughout their journey at the Kumbh, throughout their pilgrimage? That is where ISKCON is stepping in, and this time they have a special partner too. Sir, if I'd like to ask you firstly, how do you manage this operation of feeding so many people?
Hare Krishna. Yeah, first of all, we have a lot of experience in that. There are 2 teams here. We have a team from Chowpatty who have a Yatra kitchen, and we have another team from ISKCON Dwarka who in COVID time distributed to millions of people. So this is one thing, and so also the distribution party, this is actually the main management. So we have a huge amount of chulas, we have big chapati machines, we have all equipment, sabji cutting. One chapati machine can produce 10,000 chapatis in 1 hour. So just to you get an idea how you're doing it, we're very modernized and we're very organized.
And that's true to ISKCON, because we've seen it in so many places wherever you've gone. Whenever there's been a need for people to be provided with meals, ISKCON has always stepped in, and this time there has been a partnership as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, actually originally when we came here we were thinking we were doing 10,000 meals every day, because in Ayodhya opening we had 10,000, but then Mr. Adani moved in, the whole Adani group moved in, and he partnered with us, and so he's financing us. So this gives us the ability to do basically unlimited meals. As much as we have capacity, we are running. As you know, we are having also deities here, so whatever we're cooking, first we offer that we do Naivedya, and so it is prasadam, so it is karma-free diet, and it will give pleasure from inside.
Thank you so much for speaking to NDTV, and we'll see how all of this functions. Thanks so much.
Welcome back. Let's just switch tracks to the Supreme Court on Wednesday that has gone ahead and ordered the construction and availability of separate toilet facilities. These are for males, females, people with disabilities and transgender people in all court premises and tribunals across the country. So this is a move that's been taken by the Supreme Court. They are saying that the availability of public toilets is an important duty of the state governments and the union territories, and this step needs to be taken to ensure that these facilities are accessible to all, including people with disabilities and transgender people in all court premises and tribunals across the country. Now in the battle for Delhi, it's a 3-cornered contest between the Aam Aadmi Party, the BJP and the Congress. So when it comes to the seat of Rajendra Nagar here in Delhi, is Durgesh Pathak of the Aam Aadmi Party, who won the seat last time around in 2020. Will he be able to reclaim the seat of Rajendra Nagar? Well, let's find out from the man himself what it really takes to woo the voters in the national capital. Thank you so much, Durgesh Pathak, for speaking with us here on NDTV. Take us through, you're really up against BJP's Umang Bajaj and Vineet Yadav of the Congress Party. What do you feel that the Aam Aadmi Party has an edge over, say, the other parties that are in the fray?
I think Aam Aadmi Party is the only party जिसके पास नरेटिव है, लीडर है और विजन है दिल्ली को लेकर. बाकी पार्टियों के पास कुछ भी नहीं है. बीजेपी सुबह से लेकर शाम तक सिर्फ केजरीवाल जी को गाली देती है. उन्होंने आज तक कभी ये नहीं बताया कि उनका एजेंडा क्या है, वो क्या करना चाहते हैं, उनका प्लान क्या है दिल्ली को लेकर. जबकि आप हमारे पूरे किसी भी स्पीच को सुनिए, किसी भी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस को सुनिए, तो हमारे हर एक चीज में आपको एक एजेंडा नजर आता है कि हाँ, हम दिल्ली को 1 साल बाद हम यहाँ लेके जाना चाहते हैं, 2 साल बाद यहाँ लेके जाना चाहते हैं। बाकी बीजेपी या किसी भी उनके पार्टी के कैंडिडेट के पास कोई विजन नहीं है, कोई आइडिया नहीं है और ना ही कोई नैरेटिव है। तो लोग जो हैं वो चाहते हैं
बताइए,
ऐसे।
आप अपना विजन बताइए इन रिगार्ड टू द प्रॉब्लम्स दैट द पीपल इन दिल्ली फेस. We all live here in the national capital. We face the problem as far as pollution is concerned. Traffic is getting worse by the day. How are you going to be managing to, the BJP is claiming they'll make more roads, they'll make, Delhi traffic free. What are you planning to do on these fronts?
देखिए, पिछले कई सालों से आप यूरोपियन स्टाइल की ब्यूटिफिकेशन जो रोड्स हमने की है, अराउंड 16 जगहों पे हमने पायलट प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट किया है। अब उसको हम पूरी दिल्ली के अंदर कर रहे हैं। आप धौला कुआं आ जाइए, आप शालीमार बाग चले जाइए, आप ऐसे बहुत सारे स्ट्रेच हैं जहाँ पे हमने किया है। रोड्स बहुत अच्छे नजर आते हैं। हमने 24x वाटर सप्लाई स्टार्ट किया दिल्ली के अंदर। मेरी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी से स्टार्ट हुआ है, मैं उस पूरे प्रोजेक्ट को बहुत क्लोजली देख रहा हूँ। हम एक ऐसी पार्टी है जिसने 24 घंटे बिजली दी दिल्ली के अंदर। इससे पहले, हमारे आने से पहले दिल्ली के अंदर 10-10, 12-12 घंटे बिजली पावर कट करते थे। और भारतीय जनता पार्टी लगभग 20 से 22 स्टेट में रूल करती है। किसी भी स्टेट में 24 घंटे बिजली नहीं है, किसी भी स्टेट में बिजली सस्ती नहीं है। आज हमने दिल्ली के स्कूल शानदार बना दिए, उनको अब और शानदार बनाने की प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं। हॉस्पिटल सिस्टम हमने बहुत शानदार कर दिया। आप गाजियाबाद चले जाओ, आप गुड़गांव चले जाओ, दोनों जगहों पर बीजेपी रोल स्टेट है। वहां पे आप हेल्थ फैसिलिटीज देख लीजिए, सरकारी स्कूल के हालात देख लीजिए। तो सिर्फ आम आदमी पार्टी एक ऐसी पार्टी है जो एक विजन के साथ काम कर रही है, एक मिशन के साथ काम कर रही है और एक अच्छी गवर्नेंस दिल्ली को दे रही है।
Right, in the fresh trouble that we have just come to know yesterday that Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia, the Union Home Ministry there, that has now gone ahead and given the go-ahead to the Enforcement Directorate to prosecute the two in the money laundering case. How do you perceive this to play out when it comes to the Delhi elections?
देखिए, ये सब तो चलता रहेगा। इनका एक मिशन है कि जैसे हमारा मिशन है दिल्ली को शानदार करना, एक ऐसी गवर्नेंस मॉडल देना जो पूरे देश के लिए एक एग्जाम्पल बन